the results, and you say, well, it's not working. I don't think so. And so then I started taking Hillsdale College free online courses, and you learn differently how it doesn't work. Every black American should know that the Democratic Party is a losing proposition because look where black America is now, facing zero million wealth by 2053. How come they never discuss data. You go from being 87% two-parent families in the 1930s to only 25% two-parent families today, and you don't know that's because of the Democratic Party and the values of the Democratic Party. You can't figure that out as a black American, or you back then just look. They don't know any data. They just look at like zombies. They don't know. Okay, it's sad. It's sad. Okay, thank you, Rick. Let me go to the next call. Hi, Anna. Welcome to the
Kathleen, say I am so proud of you. I've never been so disgusted with how women are acting these last couple of decades, quite frankly. Being Latin.
Is that what I just saw that you put away right now?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It assuages some of the pain.
Aww.
And everybody out there is staying in town. Cowboys get their money fucked now. Everybody's staying in town and they're shooting every day this week, getting ready for next week.
Coming next week already.
And you have a bunch of new Phoenix listeners in here to tell you.
Oh yeah? Oh good.
Everybody there is very chuffed. Everybody there knows who the hell you are. Hear that a radio show is, a firearms-friendly radio show is coming to their town.
Good, good. It was kind of nice at the auction. We got a nice little round of applause from the folks there. It was kind of cool.
It's funny, when you run ads for, when you run for office, you absolutely have to do TV advertising. And one of the reasons that politics is corrupt is because you gotta get money from someplace. Television is made by people that you wouldn't leave your 12-year-old daughter or son alone in a room with for 30 seconds.
Nope.
But if it's not on TV, that media, which they love to hate to love, you're not real.
Nope. It's not. If it's not on my fact box.
Fact box. I'm gonna use that.
It doesn't exist.
I always quote my sources. That's such a great shot of you two guys. Jeff, you look good, man.
Yeah, I wanted to put the
Damn, you get you guys all buffing out. I gotta start pumping some steel here.
We need one of us to say slim and taut. Both of us are just bulking up too much. Yeah, as a child that was literally raised on television, like for everything, like I was really blessed to not have so much trash. Like we get a bunch of free channels just with our TV. Our TV came with like all these different things to stream for free. Well, the channel my TV has been stuck on for the last 3 or 4 months is Highway to Heaven. With Michael Landon and Victor French, and that is such a good darn. They hit so many issues that are still totally existent today that no one's figured out except.
I don't think anybody today is writing those scripts.
And you know what? Michael Landon wrote, produced, and directed that whole entire show.
It's about 3 seasons worth, yes?
Yeah, Victor French died, and Michael Landon didn't want to do without him.
That's interesting. Usually if there's a nickel in it, they'll squeeze out a frickin' precursor and a postcursor and...
Well, that's today, because an original idea would die of loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I think the last really fresh original thing I saw was Beetlejuice.
Wow.
I'm not kidding, and they made a sequel to that now.
Yeah. Now that's about to come out with.
That's how they made a sequel.
Yeah, nothing. There's no. I mean, you could. All the good ideas were already used. Jeez, Munsters or
Oh, yay! We're on all three.
We're up everywhere.
yeah. Love to
Because we
hear
haven't
it.
started yet.
Don't start, man. Come on, let me enjoy my
Enjoy
happiness
it.
for
Go
5
ahead. You
minutes.
take it in. I love it. I love it. Let's go.
It's a 3 Chimera shoot. You know JT Wild.
You know, I know of, because I know he used to write the stages for Border Town or something, right?
He was the only point of this story is that he was a pilot. He's retired now. He was a pilot.
Okay.
And there was a point this morning. It was quite pleasant out there. I'm hoping, give me another week, please, dear God, give me another week at this rate.
Yeah.
But there was a point at which the clouds came over the sun, and you know it's desert, winter warm. So the minute the sun's gone, it got pretty toasty, and a balloon passed in front of the sun. And
As they do out there.
there's lots of balloons out there. And I said, "Damn those Montgolfier Air brothers, the guys that invented the balloon." And he looks me up and down, and he goes, "Do you know how many people on this range have the slightest damn idea what the hell you just said?" And again, the pilot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm.
Steve. Oh. And Tama putting on an absolutely terrific match, exclamation point.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have a few days of rain, huh?
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
And Wednesday.
Scheisse.
While I'm thinking about it, Boogie did ask me to ask you about some, apparently he's got some single sixes.
Yeah, 6 of them. Yeah.
6 single sixes, that's gonna make for a very confusing sentence.
Mm. He was supposed to come out. They're sitting at the shop waiting for him to pick up.
Is there any legal nicety that he has to go through to pick him up? I mean,
Walk in and get him.
can we take him out to him?
Well, if I don't see him before EOT, I was planning on it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
We're running live, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he, as you know, is in a delicate situation.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. Mm.
Evening, Mike, Weedy, Dave. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's have
Weedy, how
some
come you
fun.
weren't at the auction yesterday? Shame on you.
I'm going to show you, we're not gonna do this out loud.
Yeah, right?
The mutual shared experience right there, baby.
Yep.
This program was sponsored by Numbers USA.
Oh.
Arms rock.
Oh, Weedy said I'll tell you later.
All right, fair enough.
Good, buddy.
Kirk, good to see you. Fred, I love it. Love seeing Fred from Torrance. Nice.
Weedy, you need to retire and come work for me. Is what you need to do.
I love all,
Hey, smokestack.
all of our friends
Hi,
chugging
guys.
in. Good time, good time.
Saw your pictures, Mikey. Your gun looks good. I'm sure Earl Salty Paul would be happy that you got it.
Present and accounted for. We are taking roll.
Yes, we are.
Is that what it is? All right.
Uh-huh.
What's that great line from Big Bang Theory? I have no problem with the concept of a deity, but I'm flustered or confused by the idea of one that takes attendance.
Oh. I always tried to sit by the door in school because if there was ever a chance,
You would
always.
kabang.
Yep. No, to this day.
That's
I
why you
still
got those
do this.
moves.
To this day, I still do. You know, if you go into a thing that you have to be at for hours and hours, and if you don't make yourself noticed or noticeable, you just kind of very low key, and nobody's looking, and you happen to slip out, nobody knows you're gone.
I hated music appreciation.
When this isn't on anymore, I'll tell you of a few things I've done that on that were quite beneficial for me.
Jury duty?
Amongst other things, yeah. 6-hour classes that they took, somebody asked, are you going to take multiple roles? They said, no. Well, what did you do that for? So I signed in.
And signed out.
Nope, just saw an opening and took it.
Hey, Farmer Tice, evening. Great to hear from you. Melissa should be joining us, hopefully. God bless that she can.
Had a class that took photo roll in college. And many was the time.
Yeah.
Mad Dog, always good to have you in. Let's have some fun tonight. Hopefully you can hear me. We'll see.
There's always that.
Yeah, right.
In the middle of the auction, our computer went down for a minute and somebody yelled out, tell a joke. My friend Phil said, tell a joke. And, when you're on the spot, you never can think
Of
one,
course. Be funny.
Yeah. and so I'm like, and for about 3 seconds, I couldn't come up with anything. And somebody goes, get Richard on the phone.
Okay, see, now that is, first of all, it's a compliment to Richard. Second of all, it's a compliment to the show that he's got that kind of show. You should tell that story to him tonight.
Oh,
I will.
yeah.
Please do. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Get Richard.
That was great.
I did my new favorite joke, which is I went to the zoo the other day. They only had one animal, and it was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Use that back on him.
I actually said that joke yesterday. Our computer put down so many times. I did the Shih Tzu joke. I did the life on the farm's kind of laid back.
We did all the hits.
Oh,
all
man.
the auction hits.
Everything you can imagine. I don't know what in the is going on with our system. We had 2 brand new computers thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
Things still went down, and we pictures that are not even part of the system. It was a completely separate cloud deal, and how you advance the pictures.
Yeah.
Well, we tried using proxy bid, and it fucked up left, right, center, and upside down.
Mm-hmm.
So this time we put them on a whole separate slideshow reel on the cloud on a completely different computer. That's all it was there for. And it still skipped them.
You can't do better than that. I mean, seriously.
It's technology. It hates me.
I'm going to call your attention to Mike Wilcox's comment on the Facebook. Can you read this? I won't read it over the air. Mike Wilcox.
Ooh!
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's about right.
When I need you.
And there goes the Facebook feed.
Oh, man. Oh, look at that. We got some of our Arizona folks watching.
Hey.
You do understand. Oh, man. Oh, Melissa, you got a fan group.
Oh, see? I knew she'd be in.
Smokestack.
I theorize we're live on the YouTube.
Yeah, we are. I just don't see the visual up. I see it's up. Oh, no, actually the visual's up. It's Rumble. It's not.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you all signing in and checking in. Kind of
Absolutely.
makes the show go around, and in many cases, you are funnier than we are.
I think this is us next. Oh.
There you go.
Riding and roping gunslinger dudes.
Here we go. Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea, you're listening to the Gunslinger Hour, brought to you from behind the Iron Curtain in Radio Free, California.
Sorry, your eyes open.
Hang on, let me do the damn intro. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Gunslingers right here on
RLA
and
KT. Oh goodness, I forgot.
Yes, we started up correct and ready.
KCBQ in San Diego. Are we also in?
And we're also in Phoenix.
Oh, that's all started.
KKNT, the Patriot.
And KTIE in San Bernardino.
And for the second hour, San Bernardino kicks in.
All right.
Because apparently they have a show on from 7 to 8 right now that we can't get rid of yet.
They'll come around. They'll come around.
Yeah. I'll go out and I'll make them an offer they better not refuse, and that'll be the end of that. But anyway, welcome to Gunslingers. I am Jeff Gunslinger, owner of Gunslingers Gun Shop, Gunslinger Auctions, Gunslinger this, that, and the other, and in this silly-ass radio show.
Oh, yeah.
Where we talk nothing but fun with firearms and...
Boy, did we have some fun with firearms last week.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Of course, Mark went out to a shooting match this weekend, so we do practice what we preach. But
absolutely.
The show is basically fun with guns and trying to stay out of politics, which is completely impossible because, A, we're in California where politics follows everything, including rocks.
That's why they're ticks, because they stick to it.
They won't leave us alone.
No.
ticks.
Wait till you hear what dropped the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, would this be having something to do with every year like clockwork?
This is something to do with all guns must be. I'll just leave it at that. In California,
we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, Rick will cover that. We have Rick from the CRPA. That's the California Rifle and Pistol Association. He comes on and he covers the politics for us here in California, coming out of Excremento.
He might have to run a little long today. He's got a lot to talk about.
There is, because a whole bunch
This
of
ain't
stuff.
a good story.
And none of it will start really forming until after the elections.
Of course.
Because, nobody wants to get caught with their pants down twice. Well, unless you're the vice president.
Oh, hey, that's 2 tonight. Gee.
Yeah, I tell you what, Mikey, I got you back. What do you think of that?
You know what my mama used to say? You don't want people to talk trash about you? Don't do trash.
There you go. So anyway, this is a live show. As Leon always says, it's not an infomercial. It's a CS show, not a BS show. That's customer service. So if you guys got any phone calls, or any questions, feel free. Give us a call.
866-870-5752. One more time, a little slower. Let me do it for you. 866-870-5752.
And hopefully, I talked to him this morning. Hopefully, we'll get a call from Leon.
Hey, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
In fact, you guys ready for this? On New Year's Eve, both of these knuckleheads couldn't be here, so I had to do the show alone, which was rough because, who do I talk to? Because we didn't expect any phone calls. It was New Year's Eve. So I, made a help call to Leon, and he came in, and we did the Motorman Gunslinger show.
Oh, yeah.
The Motor Slinger.
Yeah, the Motor Slinger, and had a great time. It was
a good show, man.
It was so much fun that we've decided that we're going to do it again next month.
I love it. Cannot wait.
I'm not sure what date yet. Like I said, I talked to Leon this morning, and he said that he was going to check his schedule, and one day next month, we're going to do it again. We're going to have Leon on. You guys can call in. But, and this is a big but.
Oh, I love him.
Like Bertha Butt. Okay? Remember Bertha Butt Boogie?
Big Bertha.
Okay. If you guys call in and want to talk to Leon, we'll love it. But, again, make sure you tell him how much you appreciate him before you ask about stupid car questions.
And how much you miss him and
Yes.
and all that.
That's the only thing that tweaked me is it was like, it's like, Leon, thank you so much for 43 years of being on the air and helping millions of people.
Generations.
It's, hey, Leon, my radio doesn't work.
So little they're calling in for advice.
Yeah,
Show
it's
a
like,
little respect.
do that absolutely, but first, tell him thank you for all that he's done. I mean, this show wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, because as I've said a million times, I basically took his show, added guns, and here we are. So, obviously the formula still works. Okay, so there's that. And now yesterday was auction day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what a day. Holy cow.
A long one it was.
Yeah, we had a big crowd. It was really nice to get so many people. And, this is L.A., so what is L.A. known for when it comes to crowds? Everybody leaves early.
Yeah.
Not so much.
No, because you know what? We had a lot going on throughout it. People did not want to leave.
Well, yeah, because the computer kept crashing, so that was always fun.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, I don't understand it. We bought a couple of brand new laptops, and they were in our system yesterday, and still we lose the internet connection to proxy bid. It went down 2 or 3 times during the thing, and we've always got our little things that we do, and
Right.
and we went through all of them about 4 or 5 times. I had to sing the life on the farm is kind of laid back in the. I did that whole thing.
Hey, Jeff, tell a joke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Which he's on the phone. So, hey, Richard, this is for you. So, somebody yelled out, "Hey, tell a joke." In fact, like I said, it was my friend Phil. He yelled out, "Tell a joke." And when you're put on the spot and you're in front of hundreds of people,
right?
You're trying to think, "Oh boy, what a joke!" I already did the zoo joke, which I don't think I can say on the air. And somebody yelled out, "Call Richard."
You're a celebrity, Richard.
I tell you what. In fact, let's get him on the air since he's there. Richard, how are you?
Hey, you gold-plated gunslinger.
Oh, look at our local
After yesterday,
celebrity.
I'm not going to argue with you. What?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Richard?
Well, I want to know, when did they start using rifling in barrels?
We've covered this.
We did cover that. It goes
Yeah.
back almost 500 years.
Yeah, it's quite a while ago, and of course, the reason is when you shoot a round ball out of a smooth bore, it's kind of like the knuckleball effect.
It's absolutely throwing a knuckleball.
So after about 50 yards, maybe?
It doesn't have to be 50 yards.
Yeah.
Pretty much as soon as it leaves the bore, it's going to do whatever it wants.
Yeah, it kind of goes wherever and whenever. And so they added this rifling to make it spin like a football, and that kept it on a more straight trajectory.
It drills a nice hole through the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Archers have been doing that for centuries.
Yeah, so that was the whole point of that. But it's been around for quite a while.
Yep.
Quite a while now, so... Anyway, you got a joke for us, Richard? You should have been here yesterday. People were asking for
They
you.
were wanting it.
Send us a handbook.
I wish I was there. Hey, Romeo and Juliet. Do you know what kind of fruit they would stay away from?
What kind of fruit?
What kind of fruit?
No, wow, you got stumped.
Yeah, what is it?
They'd stay away from cantaloupe.
Oh,
Can't.
Oh, my God. If we didn't come up with that one,
Wow.
they would have made a peach of a pear, too.
Oh, wow. We are reaching.
Friar Lawrence just spun in his grave. All right, Richard, thanks, and we'll talk to you next week.
That's good.
All right.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks, Richard.
Hey, you know what? Because we're going to go to Rick from the CRPA in the next segment, we got Pete in Sylmar.
Get him in.
Yeah, Pete, what can we do for you?
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. I was just calling to see if you guys know what the status is of that registration fee that the state of California wants to put on all our firearms is.
Well, if you're talking about the annual one, we'll get into that next with Rick from the CRPA. I kind of hinted at that earlier. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming down the pike, and it all stinks. So we will get into that in the next segment. Okay, I don't want to take away. Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Rick's.
We're not real impressed with it. This is going to come as a great shock to you. We are not real impressed with the idea. How about
but we will cover that in the next segment. All right.
Stay tuned.
Great.
Okie doke. Pete, thanks for the call. Okay, that opens up just about every line. But again, folks, the next segment was pretty much going to be Rick from the CRPA. But after that, give us a call.
That's going to be 866-870-5752. One more time, 866-870. Geez, what happened? KRLA.
There you go. You got questions about guns. You got questions about ammo. You got questions about the laws.
You got questions about the auction.
Or paperwork. Yeah, you got questions about auction. Feel free. Give us a call.
Let us know you were there.
Yep.
One more time, it's going to be 866-870-5752.
All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on KRLA. And a whole bunch of other stations.
A whole bunch of them.
We'll be back right after this.
Yeah.
You just have to wait. She said love don't come easy. It's a game of giving.
Hey, it's Jeff from Gunslingers Gun Shop and Auctions. I believe in America, and I believe in the...
Thank you.
And I've been told keep the fuck out of the microphone with the...
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Yes. I had about 5 emails going, what is up with Mark and those stupid throat lozenges, which nobody knows how to spell correctly, by the way.
Lasagnas? Yeah, throat lasagnas.
I would love a throat lasagna right now.
Oh, man.
That sandwich got me started.
Yeah. Gabagool over here.
For location, hours, directions, videos, past Gunslinger Show programs, info on firearms, ammo, and our next big auction on May 9th.
That's gunslingerauctions.com. Once more, gunslingerauctions.com. I keep shining bright. But more than keep following me, shining bright. You're gonna bring me back to my baby tonight. I keep shining bright. I need echo, man. Well, in a voice after yesterday, I don't have much.
Right.
Really?
Well, yeah, go figure. Welcome back, everybody, to the Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Radio Network.
That sounds excellent. All right. As promised, let's get to Rick from the CRPA. Rick, how are you?
What a week.
What?
Anything happened?
Yeah. Anything didn't happen?
Boy.
No, not really. So, yeah, this is not a good week. We went into this week, I had warned people that the bills were going to drop, and I'm going to say a couple things up at the front. I started getting calls the moment the bills dropped because we get a bunch of people that jump on YouTube and go off a little half-baked and say, hey, this has dropped, and no one's doing about it. I literally, when this big bill 1160 came down, I had people call me at 8 o'clock in the morning and go, why aren't you fighting this? It literally came live at 6 a.m. in the morning, and we can't testify it until the middle of March. So, yes, it's out there, but nothing's happening with it. So all these bills do not have the availability to testify until most of them after March 17th. There are some that we can start as early as March 9th, but that's literally almost a month away.
Yeah.
So we are, as we always have at the California Rifle Pistol Association, preparing both what we're going to do inside the legislature and also what we're going to do if we're not able to stop in the legislature and have to go to court. So rest assured, everybody, we are fighting this. We're fighting it with everything. We've had a lot of people call in trying to tell us how to do this. We've been doing this for almost 150 years. We've got this.
Yeah.
So let's start with a couple of things that are coming out. There's several bills that they're trying to network together. They're scrambling because they are literally losing across the nation in this state over and over and over again. And so they're just throwing things now. And some good examples of that is they're trying to get some bills passed that say that the moment a firearm is turned into law enforcement, it's destroyed. And the reason they're doing that is because people quit mincing words. This is a gun grab. Pure and simple. There is no hiding it. And why I say that is because there are several laws that they're proposing that are completely unconstitutional. You're not allowed to amend something the voters put through, but that's not stopping them from trying to do it. And in each of these incidences, you will see the line where it says, well, we're going to take your firearms, have law enforcement take them right away, and then destroy them. Before there's even been a hearing, before there's been anything. So, yeah, you could win on paper, but once your firearm's been destroyed and torn up and melted,
nothing to be done.
You're not getting it back.
Where's the reimbursement process for that?
Yeah, so that's what they're going for. And the other side of this is they're trying to do what has been done in many other countries that were not good, and that is a complete registration of every firearm. And a lot of people are like, well, I already bought this firearm, Rick, so they know. Well, no, if you bought before the mid-2016, 15, 16 in that area, they don't know what your long guns are. The only record they have is that you looked at getting a long gun, and you may or may not have picked it up. They didn't keep those records.
Yep.
Now, it's not true of pistols, but long guns it is. So you could have been me and went in and bought 10 Ruger 1022s for Boy Scouts, or you could have went in and bought 10 of anything else. They have no idea. They don't like not knowing that. Mm-hmm. And so what Portantino came up with was a bill that requires, one, you have to tell them every single firearm you own. There are no exemptions. Doesn't matter if it's an antique, doesn't matter if it has a serial number. They want to know everything. And then they want to apply a tax on it every year.
Yeah. Every year.
So every year you would be paying for it. And the idea is they can raise those taxes.
Of course.
Wow.
So the idea is to keep raising the taxes until people turn them in. And you can only turn them in to law enforcement. And the moment you turn them in...
destroyed.
Right. Which means there will be no auctioning, none of that kind of stuff going on.
Wow. So
yeah,
that's so huge because you have millions of, especially California gun owners who may have owned these. You have your elderly people that have hundreds, perhaps, of guns, and they're looking to tax them on each one of those and have them do registration on that. That just sounds almost impossible, and that's what they're looking to do.
That's the idea.
It just makes us do the impossible.
So when you buy a firearm, as you guys know, and you fill out that 4473, who is it that controls that form?
The feds.
The feds do.
The feds. So the feds say there's between 8.5 and 9 million Californians that own firearms. DOJ can account for about 2.9 million. And so that is their justification, is to find the missing, depending on how you're counting, 5 to 6 million people. So that is their push. That is what they're trying to do. But along with that, they can't just do one stupid thing. Mm-hmm. Now they also want to turn in your FSC, which is your firearm safety certificate, which is what you have to have so you can purchase a new firearm. Well, now what they're saying is if that FSC becomes invalid because, you got it in 5 years and 1 day later, it's now no longer in play. You have to get a new one. Well, if that expires, you lose your firearms. Because in the name of firearm safety, you now have to have if this was to get passed, you'd have to have an active FSC at all times. And if you didn't have that on your person, and you don't have, firearms could be confiscated. They can be taken because you don't have a valid FSC.
Wow.
Yeah, that they have arbitrarily imposed this $25 fee on, and for, okay.
Right. And so again, this is, if you look at when corrupt governments have wanted to destroy a segment of the population, they do it economically by continuing placing taxes, fees, and other things to make it to a point where it becomes cost prohibitive.
Right.
It's classist, it's racist when they do this, it's sexist when they do this. There's a lot of ifs that you can apply to it, but a lot of people are upset, and rightfully so, but we got to turn that upset anger and start pushing it out to the public and saying, look, this is what they're doing.
Into action.
And it's a flat-out illegal action. I mean, this isn't even hiding what they're doing.
Well, okay, so if I may, what is the chance that this passes constitutional muster?
Oh, it won't pass constitutional muster. When this gets into court, it'll get obliterated. The problem is we don't want to have to go to court, not just because of the economics of that fight, but because then there would be a period of time. I mean, I believe
we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, of course.
But you're still talking, their whole concept is to destroy this. And if it gets passed here, I can just show you across the country
Of course.
where last year's garbage has already spread to 14 other states.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're already being taxed on being able to get one of these firearm safety cards, and they're gonna make a moment where you're gonna have to reissue or give up your guns again, that we are the head of the snake, and you can definitely see it coming into other states, and you guys will start being taxed. You guys will start having to carry around cards, even if you already have your CCW or if you have open carry in your state. They're going to start finding ways to take them away little by little.
And you know, now that we're on in Phoenix, you guys, a lot of folks in Arizona are ex-Californians, and a lot of the badness has spread. I mean, that is California East at this point.
It's become East California.
Yeah,
look at their governor, Katie Hobbs.
So,
Anyway, so yes, it's coming your way. And by the way, you can't overlook the fact that Newsom is, at this point, one of the chief prospects for the Democratic Party's presidential candidacy.
So, but he's not running.
But he's not running, as every commercial that he makes that you see all the time says.
Of course, you know, Biden didn't run; he barely walked.
To cut deals either, but you know, that's another story.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so what we're seeing in all of this, and, you know, it's multiple layers I could go in. There's, you know, they literally dropped more bills in the last 4 days than 3 to 4 states in the western U.S. do combined for the whole year, which is just crazy. And on a shortened system, they're not going to be able to hear them all. I will tell you right now, 3/4 of these bills have not even been fully read by the people who are going to vote.
Who are voting for them, sure.
And so this is going to be one hell of a fight, to be blunt, between now and the middle of the summer when this whole thing winds down towards the end of August. So, yeah, we've got our work cut out for us. We know that. Like I said, we've had the experience of doing this for quite some time, but yeah, there's several of us, including my good friend Sam Paredes, who we just looked at each other and went, unbelievable to the extent that they went for it. But
and they're doing it with California taxpayer money. They're playing with house money.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And we're fighting back with donations and good wishes.
Rick, is there any updates on any of the other ones, such as the ammo bill that got squashed but now is back?
No, I mean, there's no updates on any of the bills because what they've done, and this is what we keep trying to explain to people, so they want to get this out because right now this is what politicians can do. They can release a bill this week, and they can go talk at their fundraisers about it, but the press isn't going to report on any depth of the bill until it goes in to be actually heard and testified on. So they pushed them all now, and then they put them on what's called the desk, where they will sit till, like I said, the majority of them until the 17th of March, but there's a couple that might roll out the week before. But the majority is going to be there. And why is that significant? Because that's a 4-day work week before they go to the break.
Oh, wow. Timing is everything.
Right?
Yeah.
None of this is an
accident. And so this whole plot that they have put is to give the shortest amount of time for us to respond, which is going to force a lot of these bills to go in, and they're going to be able to use all their hinky little rules to try to get these passed. So, like I said, this is going to be one heck of an ongoing battle up in the Capitol to try to stop this stuff and get it knocked out. Some of it, there's some different things we're going to be able to do. We're not going to talk about on the radio or anything else because those are the tactics we're going to be using. Sure. But yeah, this is a heck of a fight that we got on our hands.
So many fights.
Well, Rick, we're under 2 minutes and we get a hard break. Listen, at the auction yesterday, I talked to the CRPA guy because we always have a CRPA table.
Oh, yeah.
I think he said that they got more than 10 new members and a lifetime.
And a lifetime there.
And several people that donated their money. So, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, even you guys in Phoenix. Send your money, join the CRPA because they're the only ones fighting this snake, and we need your help. Yeah. So, how do they get a hold of you?
CRPA.org, and if they have a question, reach out to us at contact@crpa.org. And God bless you, Gunslingers, for everything you do.
God bless you, Rick. Thank you so much.
All right, Rick. We'll talk to you next week, and good luck with everything.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, talk to you later.
And if anyone's with voting coming up, use CRPA's website for your voting decisions.
They have a voting guide.
Use them as a resource, please.
Yeah. All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on the
Gunslinger Radio Network.
Like that lead-in I gave you?
I love it.
Nice setup.
All right, we'll be back because we got time.
Yeah, we do.
On our side.
Oh,
nice.
Bye.